Hey guys, what's happening? Hope everybody's well today. So imagine this scenario. You are divorced. You are looking after your kids at your spouse's place. You have a cup of tea with your tea bag, your sugar, and your soy milk, whatever. I just gotta get through this light. These cyclists are going through a yellow light. Not smart, guys. Get somebody killed. Anyway, your soy milk, your tea bag, your sugar. You have a nice cup of tea in a regular standard mug, coffee cup kind of thing. And you notice that the dishwasher is full of dirty dishes. Well, it's like half full. So you say, okay, I'll just put my mug in there. Seems like a reasonable thing to do. Dirty mug, dirty dishes, you put it in. Come back the next day, and that mug is now placed somewhere where you have some other stuff. Removed out of the dishwasher. That's what happened to me. That's exactly what happened to me today. Didn't wash my mug out. I put it in the dishwasher, full of mostly dirty, well, almost all dirty dishes. It wasn't completely full, but it was a little more than half. She took it out of the dishwasher and she added some other stuff that I had in the corner, like backpack and some various things. Saddlebags, my saddlebag panniers, saddlebags for my bike I gotta sell. It's like, really? You're gonna take the mug out of the dishwasher and put it over there? Man, it's hilarious. Hilarious, but at the same time frustrating as heck. So, yeah. That is a good snapshot of why I got divorced. To be that, I don't know what the word is. Is it petty? Is it like a power struggle? Because I didn't wash the cup myself, I put it in the dishwasher. Somehow that is unacceptable behavior from her point of view. I should have washed that cup and I should have put it in the dish rack, or dried it myself and put it in the cupboard. I shouldn't have put it in the dishwasher. Anyway, rant over. Man, I'm glad I'm not married to her anymore. I shouldn't say negative things about her, but it's hard sometimes, So, today's video, I'm going to talk about a couple of police encounters I had in the recent past. Well, it's not that recent. It was last summer, when I was building my van, actually. The old silver one that I'm selling, the 4150. So the first time, I'm parked on a fairly busy street, but there are pedestrians that walk by there. And it's perfectly legal. I'm parked legally. Everything's fine. And I'm working away. I got the music on. And I don't have any lights installed in the van yet because I was just at the very beginning. I was putting the insulation in the furring strips. And so I've got a little flashlight attached to my hat as like a headlight. And at this point I still don't have a partition wall or a bulkhead, or whatever you want to call it. So I'm working away on the van. And about a half an hour after I start, I notice that there's some blue and red lights flashing out into my rear of the van. And I go, well, that's strange. I don't know what that's happening now. And then I hear this knock on the window, on the driver's side window, saying, "Police." I was like, what the heck? So now I'm like, what the heck happened here? So I go to the front and I go, hey, what's going on? What's happening? And he goes, we've had some calls about a flashing light in a van, and it seems to me that that's you. And I said, yeah, I'm working on my van. Like, and I was being 100% honest. I said, I'm doing some renovations to my van, and I can't park it in the visitors parking doing this because I might get complaints from the strata and the condo I'm living in. And he was very nice and said, oh, okay, no problem. So he took my license. Well, he didn't say no problem at that point. He took my license and he checked out my background, saw that I'm completely law-abiding citizen, and he said, okay, no problem, I've checked you out, we're good. That's that fan belt. I really got to get that fixed soon, like hopefully next week. And he goes, that's fine. He gave me my license back. He said, don't worry, we won't bother you again, kind of a thing. So that was cool. And my kind of opinion is with the police, it's just like with everybody. There's some jerks and there's some nice guys, and he was a nice guy. And I tried to be respectful, and I didn't have any problems. So that was the first time. And the lesson I learned from that, I still hadn't really learned, is that I needed to have a partition wall up so I could block all light from escaping. That was something not yet learned. So the second time, because I live in Vancouver, it was pouring rain, and I needed to take the stuff out of my van. I forget why. I had a bunch of construction stuff in there. I needed to take it out so that I could do something to the floor. I think I was putting the floor in or something. But so I needed to do it somewhere where it was dry, and I didn't want to not have a night to work on the van because of the pouring rain, because it rains all the time. So that wasn't a good enough reason for me not to work on it. So I'm working away in the van, got my headlight again. I'm in the IKEA parking lot. I look up and I see this fancy car parked about maybe 200 meters to the northwest of where I am. And there's a guy in there, or sitting next to the car, having a cigarette. I go, okay, that's fine. He's having a cigarette. I didn't really pay attention. A minute later, I look up. He's looking at me. He's staring right at my van. I go, oh my God, what's going on with this guy? So then 30 seconds later, I said, okay, I pop my head up again. And I'm just trying to ignore him. I'm not doing anything wrong as far as I'm concerned. I look up again, and he's staring at me again. I'm like, this is turning into something. So then another 30 seconds passes by. I go back to work. Another 30 seconds passes by. I look up. He's gone. And I thought to myself, this is a couple weeks or something after the first encounter. Oh my goodness, look at all this traffic. And I decided just to get the heck out of there. So I quickly put all the stuff. I didn't have that much stuff. I had enough stuff to put it back in the van, got on the driver's seat, and started driving off. Now, as I'm leaving the parking lot, I turn around, look behind me, and there's 3 security guards basically running to the spot where I was. I was far enough out of the parking lot where I could see where they're running to, and they're in the spot that I was, looking around. Like, oh my goodness. They're just security guards. They weren't cops that time, but sometimes the security guards kind of have a god complex, and it's a little bit of excitement in their otherwise boring day. Anyways, so those are 2 encounters that happened to me, and the lesson I've fundamentally learned was, if you're working on a van at night or anytime, you got to make sure that there's no light coming out, because people see something odd, or they may seem suspicious. They're going to alert security or the police. Actually, that reminds me of another one. This isn't with the police, but about a month ago, I'm working on this van, and I'm hammering something into place, and it's quite loud banging, and about 10 seconds after I start, I hear this bang, bang, bang on the door. And I open the sliding door. I go, yes. And there's this nice little old lady sitting out there. And goes, oh, I was worried. I wanted to check to make sure that everything's okay because I heard this banging and it could have been someone in distress. So she wanted to check it out. Maybe she was curious, but maybe she's genuinely concerned. I think she was genuinely concerned that nobody's upset or in some kind of difficult situation. You know, you got the white van, automatically these stereotypes come into play. Now, I should mention that aside from those 2 encounters with security and police, I've never had another problem. And I kind of chalk that up to experience and making sure that there is no light coming out of the van. That's why I block all my windows. Being an urban van dweller, I don't want any light coming out. Never had a problem since. Anyways, guys, those are my stories I have to share about working on the van and having some entertaining encounters. Have yourself a good night. Take care, and thanks for watching.